What's up, guys, in the works, and we are doing some choppering on nose hair canals. And yes, I know it's not called nose hair, it's a joke, guys. You'd be surprised the amount of people who don't get the fact that I'm joking when I say nose hairs. I just think it sounds funny, guys. So just bear with me. If you can't take a joke, we'll get serious here in a second. But we are doing some choppering, and this is one of my favorite conquest maps. A lot of people don't really like this map, but I've always found it's fun. I've always enjoyed the conquest variant on this map. It's probably one of my top 3 conquest maps, and you'd be surprised the amount of people who don't really like it, which it's fair enough. People are going to have different opinions, but this is some post-patch chopper footage, and you guys know that I was extremely skeptical of the changes DICE kind of made to the helicopters, because they took away the gunner flares, and I felt like that was just going to make it way too easy to shoot down the attack helicopters. Well, I understand why they did it, and I thought about it, and I was like, well, I don't like it. Being someone who likes to fly the Viper and the Havoc, I don't really like the change. I thought it was going to make it way too easy to shoot this thing down. It kind of removed the teamwork aspect that you got from piloting one of these attack choppers. But then I thought about it, and I understand why they did it, from the perspective of someone who may not like the Viper. They had a hard time shooting it down, but in the same time, they kind of buffed the Stinger missiles, the lock-on missiles. So it's a lot easier now for someone, an infantry person on the ground to shoot one of these down. And it really pained me, but I had to sit there and sift through some gameplay to find some good footage showing just how deadly, Igwas and Stingers can be now. So you can't really play as aggressive as you used to. You have to be a little bit more tactical in your approaches. You kind of have to strafe in and strafe out. You got to utilize that stealth. You got to utilize maybe like that below radar. There's a lot of factors that really come into play now, and it makes it, I don't know, overall, I would say that if I was to go back in time and say, hey, DICE, what should you not put in this patch, I wouldn't be in favor of removing the gunner flares. Like I said, I know why they did it, but I think there is life to be had post gunner flares. I think it is still possible to do well, and I think it maybe makes the choppers a little bit more balanced. And I'm saying that very hesitantly because I haven't played Armored Kill yet, so I'm not sure if Armored Kill is going to have way too many lock-ons. I know that some of the mobile artillery has the airburst variants, which could spell doom for the choppers. But I'll tell you this much, guys, I almost never got shot down by Igwas. I almost never got shot down by Stingers before the patch. They buffed them, they removed the gunner flares, and I've been shot down multiple times at those things now. So I guess in essence they made them actually worthwhile, but at the same, in the same respect, you get onto a team with all engineers, and it's just impossible to even utilize any air forces. Like, especially if they've got a Tunguska. I think this is a good example if you're playing this map on Rush, as you see me get taken down by the Havoc there. If you're playing this map on Rush, actually, and you're going up against them, your scout chopper is not going to last long. And I know that's not a good example of attack helicopters, since scout choppers really didn't have any nerfs or anything like that. But everyone's running Igwas now. The AA missiles on the Tunguska can take you down really quick. So it's really hard to be effective, to be honest. It's really hard to kind of sit there and defend yourself when you're a chopper, because there's so many variables now that can shoot you down. You've got to worry about infantry, you've got to worry about tanks, you've got to worry about Tunguskas, you've got to worry about mobile artillery if you're playing Armored Kill. So there's a lot of factors that really come into play now. Now, I don't know if that really necessarily makes it not as fun, because I had a blast playing in the chopper the past couple days. Like, I've been having good success, and we've had a couple good runs here. I mean, it's not the way it used to be, though. Like, you used to be able to go on like a 30-0 run in the chopper. I think those days are gone unless you get like a superb pilot who can really utilize that below radar perk that you can put onto your chopper. So some of the things I've been running lately, I've kind of ditched TV missiles lately. I don't know what it is. It just seems like the TV missiles just aren't as effective as the guided missiles. It's much easier for me to lock on and then finish them off with the gun, as opposed to sit there and have to worry about the TV missiles. Now, the one good thing about the TV missiles is you can take out other pilots, because it is a one-hit KO on other choppers, and that tends to be the thing that gets on my nerves the most, is the Havoc when you're the Viper, or the Viper when you're the Havoc. So overall, I would say there is life after love, guys. We can all find something to love here in this patch. I know that a lot of you chopper guys may be disappointed. You know, I'm disappointed, like I said, but I think that it makes sense. I think the patch actually makes sense. I think I've come to my senses, and I understand why they did it. They had to make the anti-air infantry weapons useful. They had to kind of counteract that gunner spam that you got from having flares on both gunner and pilot, as you see us get blown up there. But if you missed any of my last videos, I did a UMP45 video yesterday where I talked a little bit about the buff it got. And before that, I uploaded an AC-130 shot that's pretty epic, speaking of mobile artillery. So check that one out, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.